So I've got my car manuals. I was given a suggestion as to where to start today. My father was telling me that I need to find, check the timing basically. So he said find cylinder number 1, make sure the cylinder's at the highest point, take the distributor cap off, and set the timing. So that is what I'm getting ready to do. So, but yeah, got my Haynes manual, and also got a Moss catalog. Nice thing about the Moss Motors catalog is they give you a ton of diagrams, and they're very specific to what you're working on. So extremely handy. It's not quite a manual, but it still gives you really good point of reference when you're trying to buy something. I've already got a huge wish list on their website, so we'll see what happens. But he seems to think that this was cylinder number 1. I'm going to confirm that before I do anything. So I'm going to take a look at that. If this is cylinder 1, I'm just going to put something on this bolt, which is what I did the first time to make sure that the engine was free before trying to turn it over yesterday. So I can actually turn the whole thing with that. The belt, even though it's nasty, it's still strong enough to be able to turn the engine, and it turns pretty freely. So we're going to do that. Going to pop the distributor off, take a look and see if I can figure out what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure it's just like he said there should be a number 1 printed on the inside of that. He said just turn that and you advance it until it's where it needs to be, put the whole thing back together, and then your timing should be relatively set without doing some minor adjustments later, but keeps you from having a serious problem. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that right now and see what I can do. So I'm going to save you the dirty part while I take this apart, but I'll show you what I discover, making sure that everything's correct first. Alright, so got the oil drained, old filter off, new oil in, new filter on, spark plugs out. Still need to adjust to get the top dead center for cylinder number 1, but I've done some research. Let me show you what the oil looks like. Where's my flashlight? Here we go. So oil is dark, crazy dark. So a lot of it. But I also discovered while looking at the filter. Let's see if I can move this. There we go. Looking down inside this thing, it's kind of hard to see, but you can just take my word for it if you don't believe me. But the focus, there we go. Okay, the little bit of oil that's still in there is just as dark and nasty as the stuff that was in the engine. So tells me that this car probably needed oil change when it was parked. What is this? Not there. It goes refocus. But so that's. I mean, obviously we're going to change the oil, but it was in need of it. And excuse me, I don't know when the last time it was changed. So I put new filter in. So I've got Mobil 1 M1 102, which is already in place right here. All cylinders out. Damn it! Where? I keep on putting my stuff down. Alright, so cylinder order is literally front to back, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the distributor cap, I don't know exactly, but I know. There we go. You can see that well enough. So number 1 is this top right. So it's about between like 1 and 2 o'clock. So that's going to go over here to that one. And then if I'm not mistaken, I got to double check it. So don't build your car back the way I'm about to explain this unless you've confirmed it. But I'm pretty sure it's number 1, number 3, number 4, number 2. Or it might be 1, 2, 4, 3. But I can't. It's something like that. I just know this is number 1. I think it's 1, 4. No, whatever. Anyway, look it up. But that's where I am right now. I've got, like I said, I need a hand crank, this, to get back to top dead center for number 1. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm freaking hungry. Oh. Oh, crap. It's a good donut. Well, sorry. Excuse me. So the crank bolt is a 1 5/16. So if I'm not mistaken, you can use a 33 or 34 millimeter as well. But I took a caliper to it, and it's 1 5/16. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm probably have to order online because I couldn't find it. I work at a hardware store and we don't carry it. So I'm gonna check around a couple other places local, but otherwise I'm just gonna order online and have it shipped. But so where I am right now, I guess, is getting that done, putting the plugs back in, figuring out the carb situation. Probably replace the plugs because those things are nasty. So, like, let's see if I can get this to. Alright, so there we go. So that's pretty grody. I got a flashlight right here. Alright, come on. There we go. Yeah, that one's the really nasty one that had that green oxidation in there. I don't think any of the other ones are quite like that, but yeah, they're definitely, they were dark. I'd say a bit of oil was splattering up on there. So I might have like a small leak through maybe one of the valves or something. I mean, it's an old car, so it's gonna happen. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for, you know, something that's somewhat reliable and fun to drive. So, which this will be. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna stop until I can get that socket to be able to turn that. There's not much I can do. I don't want to tear it up using like a pipe wrench, which actually I tried doing a couple times and not worth the effort. So, but anyway, I'm gonna finish my donut because I'm still hungry, and I guess that's where I'll leave it for right now. Come back to it another time.